This guy was riding the bus and needed to get off, but someone who couldn't scan their card blocked the back door. He had no choice but to head to the front door, only to find it had already closed. By the time he made it back to the rear door, the bus had already taken off, so he was stuck waiting until the next stop. The moment he got off at the next station, the sky opened up with a torrential downpour. As he was trying to figure out where he was, he suddenly spotted an umbrella on the ground. Just as he was about to congratulate himself on his good luck, he realized the umbrella was broken and immediately got blown inside out by the wind. He tossed it aside and tried to find an awning to take shelter under, only to discover it was leaking. This instantly made him want to lose it, but he had no other option, so he pressed on with the busted umbrella. Suddenly, he nearly wiped out on the slippery pavement and lost one of his flip-flops in the process. He politely asked a woman behind him to hand him his sandal, but to his shock, she kicked it flying down the street. After what felt like forever, he finally made it back to his apartment building entrance. To make matters worse, the broken umbrella accidentally pinched his hand. Furious, he grabbed it and slammed it to the ground with all his might. The woman who had witnessed all of this assumed he was still mad about the flip-flop incident earlier and bolted into the elevator in a panic. But the man rushed in after her, and the woman freaked out so badly that she shoved him back out of the elevator. The guy stood there completely baffled, with no clue what he'd done wrong. That evening, the man went to a convenience store to buy some instant ramen, and the woman spotted him there. She assumed he was stalking her. She quickly headed to the checkout counter and warned the cashier that the guy might be some kind of creep. When the man opened his ramen package, he discovered the seasoning packet was missing. So he went to the counter to ask for a replacement, but the cashier, having been warned by that woman, was now on high alert around him. If he insisted on talking to the cashier any further, she'd call the cops. The man had no choice but to choke down that bland, flavorless bowl of noodles. Suddenly, he felt a sharp pain in his stomach and asked the cashier where the restroom was, but she placed her hand on the emergency button, leaving the man no option but to dash home. Right at that moment, the woman happened to be downstairs at her building and saw the man rushing toward her. In a panic, she immediately slammed the elevator door shut. By the time the man reached the elevator, his only choice was to take the stairs. When the woman finally got to her front door and turned around in terror to unlock it, she discovered the man had already made it to her floor. As it turned out, the man was her new neighbor. He simply lived right next door. The man burst through his door and headed straight for the bathroom, only to find his father sitting on the toilet. His mother, thinking something terrible had happened, kept bombarding him with questions. The man was so desperate at this point that he couldn't even speak, silently begging his father to get out of the bathroom immediately. This instantly ticked off his father, who dragged him to the bathroom door for an interrogation. In the chaos, the man couldn't hold it any longer. In the end, he collapsed on the floor and let out a deep sigh of defeat.